Our speaker today earned his Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Education degree from Ouachita Baptist University. He went on to earn his Master's in Education Specialist from the University of Arkansas here in Fayetteville. He has worked in education for 34 years. In 1982, he was named as the first high school principal at Shiloh Christian Schools. From 1985 to 1987, he served as an assistant principal at Southwest Junior High School. In 1987, he moved to Springdale High School, where he was an assistant principal for 3 years. And then in 1990, he moved back to Southwest Junior High School to serve as the lead principal, where he remains today. He is married. His wife is Vicki, who is a school counselor in Rogers School District. They have 2 children, Jennifer, who teaches in the Rogers school system, and Ty, who works with communication for Walmart. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce to you Mr. Bryce Wagner.
I'm going to ask you to pardon me from the beginning. I'm on the tail end of a bad cold. I had to cough during this. I'm going to have to wet my mouth because the cough medicine has me so dried out that my voice is low. Or else I've been in junior high for 22 years and it's finally changing. I don't know which. I keep a little tool on my desk at school. Many of you who've been in my office have seen it, and it's this hourglass. I turn it all day long and let it run. I've done that for 10 years. My faculty and staff know that I like to keep this hourglass running. And so when they come in and the top of it's empty, they turn it over. It's just something you do when you're in my office at Southwest Junior High. It measures exactly 1 hour. And you can rest at ease because that is not my timepiece for this morning, because I know I need to keep this short because it is homecoming. It's about these young folks and not about some old guy that's giving a homecoming speech. I want to thank you for allowing me the honor of speaking to you at this 6th homecoming, football homecoming at Har-Ber High School. You know, Har-Ber High School football has some unique characteristics. One is that you went to the finals in 2007. The Wildcats became state champions in 2009, and that means that in the existence of Har-Ber High School, 20% of the time you've been state champions and 20% of the time you've gone to playoffs, and there's not another school in Arkansas that can boast about those accomplishments. So think with me, what is homecoming all about anyway? Well, as the name implies, it's a time for coming home for those, It's a time for coming home for the alumni. It's a time for their friendships to be renewed, for them to reminisce with acquaintances, and for them to remember their memories. It's also a time for you, the current students. It's a time for you to be making friends, a time for you to become acquainted with a whole host of different people, and it's a time for you to make your memories. Those very things to which you will look forward to as you come home as alumni. Of that list I just mentioned, I want to focus on making memories. Let me ask you, what kind of recollections do you want to have of Har-Ber High School 5 years, 10 years from now, or even 40 years from now? That's actually how long it's been since my senior homecoming day back in 1972. What people do you want to remember? What places? What memories will you conjure up about Har-Ber High School? And let me assure you that you will have very specific memories of this school and the time you're in high school for the rest of your life. In many cases, the memories of the classmates that sit around you right now will be all that you have about those classmates, because as life takes you in different directions, you may never see them again. And your only thoughts of them and your only recollections will be of the memories you have of them during this time in high school. When we think about making memories, usually we only think of half of the process. There are two distinct types of memories that will take place. The two types of memories that you will make in your time here. The first half, mostly what we think about, the memories we will have, the memories you will have. But the other side of that are the memories that others will have of you. Let me say that again. Two types of memories. The memories you will have and the memories others will have about you. Those you have are like today, participating in the homecoming court. You'll never forget that. Participating in the game tonight. You will always have that memory. Participating in the dance, I think, tomorrow night, Mr. Brackett, those will be memories you'll keep forever. Some of you will have the memories of not participating. And let me encourage you not to be one of those who has only a memory of not participating. I want to encourage you not to let that happen and to take whatever steps it takes for you to get involved and to let your memories be not that you weren't involved, but of all the involvement you had here. I've always said that the kids who love school the most are the ones who are the most involved. And the ones who are the most involved are the ones that have the best and the most memories of their time in school. You will have memories of good friends, you will have memories of good times, and unfortunately you will have memories of bad times and even sad times. But the memories you have are usually about the people in the events rather than the events themselves. Many of the memories you have will be circumstantial and somewhat forced upon you, memories that you just blunder into. But remember, I said there are two types of memories, those you will have and those others will have of you. The memories others will have of you, whether it's at a future homecoming, whether it's at a reunion 5, 10, 20 years down the road, or whether it's an unexpected connection you make with someone throughout your life, maybe Facebook or some other futuristic networking device. Or, the scary part to me is just what kind of memories do people have and their random thoughts of you throughout their lives. The question is, will it be the memory of you? Will it be that by which you will want to be remembered? Will it be that you were friendly, that you were kind, that you were helpful to others, that you were encouraging to those around you, that you had impeccable character? Will it be that you are the person or were the person that people like to be around? Or will their memories drag up ugly images of arrogance, self-centeredness, bullying? You know the rest of that list. I don't need to expand on it. Remember, some memories, good or bad, are based on a single point in time. One single point. Someone crossing paths with you, good or bad. A single word spoken, again, good or bad. Something you did to them, or is it something you did for them? Was it something they observed you doing to someone else, or something they observed you doing for someone else? Or was it just your attitude that you permeated? Was it a positive or negative attitude that they remember you by? And remember, it's not always the big things that people remember. It's often the very small things that go unnoticed by most, even by you. Those things are often the things that are remembered most. Homecoming and prom may be the big things that we think are going to be remembered, when in fact it may be the little things as simple as you making someone feel good or feel important, or that you've been humiliated. Out of the many memories I have of high school, and mostly all good, I can remember a couple of those small incidences of which I was just speaking. One time the coolest kid in our school came up to me and gave me a compliment with nobody else around, a genuine compliment with no one else around. I'll never forget that. Another time, a kid a couple years older, first night I had a chance to drive my car, because I just turned 16 that day, and I thought I was pretty important. Well, he wanted me to scoot over and make room for him when there was no room, and he punched me right in the nose. I will never forget that small incident. He humiliated me in front of my friends. 40 years later, my memories of those guys are as clear as if it happened yesterday. I can remember their names. I can give them to you if you ask. I can see their faces. I can remember the settings around each one of those incidences, and I can remember the emotions I had. I've seen one of those guys once in my life, the other that punched me in the nose, I have never seen again, but you know what my memory is of him. I try to keep in mind and reflect upon a saying that I heard many years ago, and you ought to reflect upon this the rest of your life as well. When someone sees your face or hears your name spoken, what is the first thing that comes to their mind? And I'm going to go aside from my notes and say, I'm sure there are many in this crowd today that do not think highly of me because you're meeting with me on my campus. And in many cases, I should not have responded like that, and I apologize to you because as a principal dealing with many kids, I know those memories will be created that way as well. I use my hourglass for several things. First off, as a conversation piece. It seems like most people haven't seen an hourglass like that. I often use it to move a potentially long meeting forward, and it works beautifully for that because it keeps people focused on the time, much better than a watch or a clock. I keep it to keep a long talker who likes to monopolize the conversation I keep it so he can be focused on the task. But I also use it to remind me that time is passing. Obviously, it indicates every hour that passes. But more significantly, it's a visualization of the passage of time, even down to the single grains that fall in that glass. It visualizes time that I can never retrieve. And if you'll notice the sand in the bottom of that glass, that symbolizes the time you and I can never retrieve from this morning. That's why it's so important to remember, to leave and build those memories of you that are positive, because you may never have that time back to build other relationships. And it reminds me of how quickly that time is passing by and how important it is to invest in this life while we have that time, and how important it is to invest in the lives of those people around you. It's not all about us. It's investing time in other people. So as you anticipate this homecoming and all those in your future, with all the excitement and with all the memories, I hope that this little hourglass itself, sitting right here on this pedestal, will be a bit of your memory. And it will keep you from allowing even a grain of time to pass without you making the most of it. That it will remind you to use every opportunity to make good memories rather than let them slip by like the sand in the bottom of that glass. To take every opportunity you can to make sure that the memories others have of you are what you want them to have in the future. Thank you for allowing me to take even a small segment of your time today on this homecoming.